What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Shenron for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Today we've got the homie Goresh over here, and we're going to talk about categories. This video is something that I'm sure a lot of us have had a lot to say over many months regarding categories and what units belong to what categories, the definitions and the descriptions of what those categories are about. We have some things to talk about, and you know what? This is what it's come to, because there's nothing happening in Dokkan right now. I literally, funny story, you should also go check out Goresh's video. I'm going to link that in the description. Goresh and I, at the same time, basically just gave up on what we were going to make for today's video. And I was browsing through Twitter, literally pressing refresh, hoping something would come up. And then I see Goresh's post asking people, hey, what do we make a video on today? So we're both just in the same creative block. We don't really know what to do, so I figured we'd have the homie over and we discuss categories. So basically the essence of this video is just going to be about the inconsistencies regarding the descriptions of these categories and whether units belong or don't belong in certain places. So we can start with a couple categories that we've both kind of been thinking about, and we'll just move it on from there. You ready, Goresh?
I am ready. It's, what is it, like 4:30 in the morning? I'm definitely ready.
Yeah, dude, this is what it's come to. I spent all day thinking, what do I make for a video? I couldn't. All right, so let's start with Goresh's favorite category, rapid growth. So the official definition for rapid growth consists of characters who were able to rapidly grow as fighters. Now, the problem with this, and the problem I have fundamentally with category descriptions in general, is that nothing is black or white. I mean, there are some that are pretty obvious. Super Saiyan 2. If you were Super Saiyan 2, you're in. If you're not, you're not. But for certain categories like this, there's so much gray area that you could make arguments for certain units that don't belong there, but kind of do in one instance or another. There's so much that is wrong with this. But what is your take on this, Goresh?
So whenever I think of this category, the first thing that comes to my mind is always going to be in the story event. I think it's one of the Goku Black Arc story events. I think it's actually one of the newer ones that came out on the 50th anniversary. I remember specifically, I think it's Goku Black who's talking to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta.
Oh,
and he was like, "You've displayed excellent rapid growth."
Yeah.
And that Vegeta is obviously the Int Vegeta, because that's literally him from that saga. And he's not on the category. And he literally says, you have displayed rapid growth, and he's not on the category. There is no explanation. There is none. I don't care what you say in the comments, there's no explanation for that. There's zero.
That reminds me, wasn't there a MAJIN Vegeta who's not in the Target Goku event? I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick, but his caption literally says, "I'm coming for you, Goku," or something like that. I'm trying to remember which unit that was. I think it was this guy, the STR Majin Vegeta. I'm only after Kakarot. He's not in Target Goku. Yeah. So
and also Zamasu wasn't in Target Goku either.
Oh, really? Was the Int one, right?
Any Zamasu. I don't think there's any Zamasu.
Oh, any Zamasu. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, like, how do we go about this? Do we just are there certain units, okay, obviously other than that one, that belong in rapid growth that you don't see here?
Yeah, I would argue like Dragon Ball Z Broly should be in here. Like, he literally is telling you, like, I'm growing stronger. Like every 5 seconds he says that. Right? Like what?
Okay.
Like what is this?
Well, I guess
he's not canon. But the line is, what is it? It's like, my power is rising, overflowing or something. Yeah. And he just gets stronger like every 2 seconds. Like, isn't that like what Dragon Ball Z Broly, like that's like the whole gimmick of the character. He just gets stronger over time. It's pretty rapid.
The only thing that I'm okay with here is the whole hyperbolic time chamber gimmick. Like, that one makes sense because that is a ridiculous amount of power in a short amount of time. So like seeing the Super Vegeta, the exchange guys, Super Trunks, Goku, that I'm okay with, but the rest of it is just like it's kind of a touch and go subject for me. Like
but if that's your argument, then shouldn't Golden Frieza be in here too?
Golden Frieza spent how does his He spent 4 months.
4 months to go from like Namek Saga to like Battle of Gods.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what? All of these units leveled up basically in was it a day or less? I'm looking at primarily the super side, not the extreme side, because I think hit just actually wait, hit what is this? Hold on. I don't even know where to begin.
Hit, I would argue, definitely deserves to be on here, because in his fight against Goku in the Universe 6 tournament, he was like literally improving. He's like, his famous line is, "I keep improving."
Yeah, no, but I'm saying the rapid growth element. Like I'm looking at the super side, and I see hyperbolic time chamber units or the back tingly BS that the Universe 6 Saiyans do.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff essentially happens in a day, right? Like gotenks. Well, not I don't know about this transforming Vegeta.
Yeah, I guess I guess it is. But then what about, I guess Kid Goku is the Ultra Divine Water, but like I don't know. Yeah, I guess it technically is like a day or 2 days or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find some common ground, and the extreme side kind of breaks that. But I mean, there aren't too many to begin with, because I guess they just.
But there's still no argument against that in Vegeta, because that Vegeta was in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, and so I guess in that same light, maybe the Frieza. That's why Frieza's not in here, because these two extreme units, the Broly and the Hit, they evolved through the fight, whereas Frieza spent 4 months. So 4 months is kind of slow, dude. 4 months is not that rapid.
Yeah, especially. You know what's funny too is there's no Goku Blacks on here. Just
Goku Black. I mean, is that really rapid growth though?
I mean, he was literally just getting beaten up, and he's like, okay, now I'm stronger.
That's just the Saiyan Zenkai, right?
But that's just, how is that different than Broly in the top right?
He's not a pure Saiyan. There's your problem.
Well, fine. Then
use another category to break
how is
the
Dragon
argument.
Ball Super Broly different than Dragon Ball Z Broly? Because they're both getting stronger as the fight goes on. Just the other Broly's changing form. Is that the only difference?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Wait, is the physical one not on here? Check the physical.
There is no extreme unit here except for Hit and Broly.
Why is that Broly on here, but then the Super Saiyan one isn't?
I don't know.
That's really weird, actually.
Well, okay, that Broly, when he's at Super Saiyan, he's already rapidly grown. So
he's done growing. Okay.
He's done growing. He's just now, barfing out energy with his puke blast. That's it. So it makes total sense. Come on, man.
Scroll down for a second. I was gonna say, for a second I thought the STR Ultimate Gohan wasn't on here. I was about to say, like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Again, in a day.
Yep.
Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla in a day. Oh, my back tingles. Okay, cool. Super Saiyan 2. So, yeah. Looking over each category is not going to happen, but in the end, we are all just basically justifying the fact that this category is stupid. So, that was the point, and I think we've proven it. Let's move on to another one. Let's move on to Desperate Struggle. I still don't understand what this is, and I've been roasted for this. Like, consistent characters engaging in an all-out desperate struggle. Okay.
I just want to make a general statement before we go into the second one. I'm just going to say the subjective names for categories should have never happened. Like, I think they should have just stuck to Majin Buu Saga, Super Saiyan 2, like those kinds of categories, because it's very black and white. Okay, this character should be on here. This character should not be on here. Once you start getting into like rapid growth and like stuff like that, it's like you can make an argument for almost any character to be on any category.
Exactly. This just speaks to the fundamental problem of the rate in which they've been introducing these categories. I've been saying this ever since not started, but like maybe 5-6 months into Dokkan when I started playing. They're popping out so many categories so fast, not letting the other ones breathe enough, not fortifying other categories that actually need more units, that it's putting them in a creative bind because they have to start pulling these rapid growths, desperate struggles, all out psychological warfare out of their butts to come up with more categories. Like, why not just spend more time on the actual categories that properly depict what units belong in there? Super Saiyan, for example, easy. Super Saiyan 2, easy. Earthlings, easy-ish, kind of.
World Tournament,
easy. Namekians. Like, there are
Giant
other things
form
that they could be doing, but instead they just keep throwing out so many categories. At this point, they're going to start to blend together. Like I said this a while ago, there will come a point where
they already
is a
are.
category.
And the reason why recently we've been starting to get like more and more of these like subjective categories, because notice how in the beginning of the category meta, most of the categories were just very obvious. Like, okay, yeah, this guy should be on here, or this guy should be on here, or whatever. The reason why it's gotten to the point where they're just like all subjective is because there's just nothing left to do with these. Like, we're gonna eventually just get categories that are just nonsense categories. We've already started getting those.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's time to just move on.
Move on to what? What's the next possible system that they could implement?
So you just don't introduce new categories, but then you introduce different boosts that you could get. Like if you have, let's say there's a leader, and he leads, I don't know, Super Saiyan category. Then you get extra boosts for being a certain type and Super Saiyan category. So let's say AGL Super Saiyans, right? You get an extra boost. So the category would be Super Saiyan. That the leader skill would be, Super Saiyans gets, let's just say 150% across the board. And then there's basically like a sub leader skill, I guess, where if you're in Super Saiyans but then also AGL, you get an additional like 30% stats or something.
So it could be like an affiliation buff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah,
but there's things they can do with the it's not like they don't have enough categories to work with. Like, let's be real.
I think we are at 55. I counted 18 times 3 plus 1. We have 55 categories.
Yeah, I mean
55.
this category meta has lasted longer than half the game's lifespan.
Damn. Oh, I think it's time for a change. Anyway, let's continue to prove our point with more dives into other categories. So, Desperate Struggle consists of characters engaging in an all-out desperate struggle. So this is one of those situations where you can really stretch the argument to a whole multitude of characters. But how do you generally see this? Like, do you see this one as a fairly decent category out of the 55 categories that we have, or is this one of the weaker ones?
You mean in terms of like power level, or in terms of if the units that are on here should be on here?
As far as the units being here, belong there, if there's too many units that don't fit in here but should, things like that. Because the reason why I have a problem with this one is because this kind of ties in with the last resort thing. You're in an all-out struggle. A desperate struggle means you're pulling out all the stops. So how is this clearly and distinguishably different from last resort?
Or even full power.
Yeah. So what is it about this category that justifies it being a category? Is basically what I'm asking. So just your overall thoughts on this one.
First of all, I don't think it's different enough to even be a category.
That's what I've said. For at least like 4 or 5 days, I didn't even know what this category did, and it had been released. You guys have all did your translations. I'm still like, I'm over here trying to figure out what this category even means still.
Look how small it is.
Yeah.
Look how little extreme units are on here. That's my biggest problem.
There's nothing. There's
my
just Rosh and Vegeta.
Dude, my biggest problem with these categories is that they shaft the extreme units off of them.
Yeah.
Where's full power Frieza? Was he not struggling against Super Saiyan Goku when he wasn't doing anything against him?
Beats me, dude. How
Where's
is this?
Buhan? Where is Buhan?
Dude, I don't know.
How many attacks did he try on Super Vegeta when he was trying to fight? He literally did every attack he could do.
Yep. and then he combined it with other ones. I remember that. That was actually one of my favorite parts of that fight when he combined the gotenks attack. What was it? The Gallic gun with the ghosts. That whole part was really cool. Yeah, that's a good point. See, there you go. Like what?
I would say he was struggling desperately in that fight. So was full power Frieza. I think you could make an argument that Cell wasn't, because Gohan pretty much just two-shot Cell. That one I could see.
Cell's not here. Yeah.
Cell. I think that one I'm fine with. But a lot of these categories, they secretly shaft a lot of the extreme units off of them, and they put on other units that, like, I don't think any of these super units don't deserve to be on here. Like, yeah, Master Roshi 100% deserves to be on here. Tien definitely deserves to be on here.
Oh,
Future Gohan definitely.
It's like the epitome of it, yeah.
Yeah, like I like those picks, but like, I'm gonna actually open my own tab and go through some of the extreme units because, like, there's so like think about if physical gotenks was on this category. He deserves to be on here. He's Gohan.
Yeah. You know what? Is physical gotenks, either one, are they in Last Resort?
Yeah, he is.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotenks is here. They both are? Okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, see, look, that kind of makes up for it because they're essentially the same category with like a minor tweak. So as long as it's in this one, I guess it's okay. But that, again, it just proves our point that there's just so much gray area, and there's starting to be that overlap between categories that there just comes a point where how many times are we going to be, asking why isn't this unit here, why isn't this unit there? And then this whole disparity between super and extreme. How can you consider this really a category when there's like no extremes? Why would you ever run?
Would you argue that Vegeta from the Saiyan saga was desperately struggling after he literally got almost killed like 10 times?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm assuming people have watched that fight recently. Like, that is probably the biggest beating a character's ever received in this entire series. That Vegeta. And he just kept getting up.
Not desperate enough. Not enough gains. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what this category is.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's what it is. Let's move on. Let's go through a couple more before we wrap this up. I think we're proving our point here. Inhuman Deeds. Mm-hmm. Inhuman Deeds. What was it? Diabolical Villains. That was the name of it before the global side ruined it. Diabolical Villains consists of characters who have killed at least one of their allies.
Yeah, okay, just right there alone. Like, how would you know that's what the category was intending to say from the name?
I literally don't.
It should be like traitorous, like something. I don't know.
Yeah. So there's problem number one. Like it just doesn't. There's your red flag. Like you don't even want to look at the category because there's your problem right there. Now, looking at this, are there any standouts that have been omitted that need to be in here, or given the stupidity of this category, do we have essentially everyone that needs to be in here?
Scroll down a little bit. The only one I would say is King Cold.
King Cold, he's oh no, that's not King Cold.
Because King Cold did kill. Remember, he like shattered the glass of his own ship and he like killed his man or whatever. But I think the problem with that is that's anime only. But I don't think that should matter. Like, he should still be on here. I don't know why you would omit that. Like, it's not like King Cold is gonna break the category. He's not gonna break the meta by being on the team. Like, adding the Super Strike King Cold is not gonna change everything.
I like
too
how
drastically.
the tech and physical SR Vegetas are super units. But they're
yeah, the Gallic Gun Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga.
Yeah, but they're Inhuman Deeds. Yeah, no. This is not
No, the physical one.
The physical one? That's but that's
literally this. Why is he super?
Wait, this is not the. No, this is different. Is this the same guy? No, it's not the same guy, is it? Look at his armor. It's different.
Oh, is it? Where is that from then?
I don't even know. Where is this guy from?
That's the quote that he says when he attacks Goku.
But that's not his armor. Unless it's like at the perfect angle where we don't see the shoulder pad.
This is a Dokkan original Vegeta.
Dude, why is this guy super? What?
He was trying to help Goku when he wanted to destroy the planet. It was all for the good of humanity.
Okay, yeah. My bad. I didn't know. Where's this one from?
I have no idea where this one's from.
And who did he kill? What is this? What? Let's move on. Saviors.
Okay.
Saviors. So we don't have this category yet on global because we don't have Tech Gohan, but consists of characters who saved the day in a crucial moment. So this one can. I mean, looking at this already, I know there's going to be some omissions.
Because it's subjective.
Because it's subjective and it's not black
How
and white.
How crucial of a moment was it, right?
Which is exactly the problem, right? Right. So obviously the Gohan, because he showed up right when the fusion ran out and they're about to get bodied by Boo. That makes sense. Do we really consider Krillin a savior?
I mean, yeah. What did he even like?
He literally.
That was when he saved Gohan from Broly, right?
Yeah, for 1 second. All he did was saved him. Everybody thought he was Piccolo.
And picked him up, right?
He picked him up, and then he had a moment where he was wearing the outfit, and then boom, he gets destroyed and he does nothing. So he's a savior. This Hercule is a savior.
I think all Hercule should be on here.
Is he a savior in the ironic sense? Because this moment,
I think this is Hercule like doing the fake thing where he's like,
where he's like Earth's champion, gonna go face Boo. Okay, so this is a more of an ironic inclusion.
Yeah,
than
I like
an
that.
actual. Okay, no, I just want to make sure because we're trying to find a general consensus with all of these units. So, Tien makes sense. Super Saiyan 4, yeah, that makes sense. Goku was about to blow himself up, and then Vegeta showed up. Although it would be regular Vegeta, not Super Saiyan 4, right? Is Super Saiyan 4 considered really a savior?
Kind of, because if you just went in base form, you just get one shot.
Well, I know, but that's the savior moment. And, some of these units have been omitted because it wasn't exactly at the moment that they did whatever the category says, so.
Is that physical Goku? Is that physical Goku supposed to be the one that fought Recoome?
I don't think so. I thought this was after he trained on King Kai's planet.
No, this is Goku. Is it? Because this Goku, this is the Goku that you get awakened from, like the on like en route to Namek event. Like this is, I think this is supposed to be the Goku who's on the way to Namek, because he's on the planet Namek's like a category.
I'm trying to see where this is from. Oh wow, this is
yeah, it's 3rd year anniversary. Yeah, because I remember you got this from the I forget how many days it was, like 27 days to Namek or whatever it was, and that's the Goku from there. So my question, like, I think that's supposed to be the Goku who fought Recoome. That's why he's on Saviors.
Well, okay, if that's the case, it makes sense.
I'm just wondering, because that's technically that's Goku in the spaceship.
Isn't that transforming the transforming Goku? Isn't he that base form? Isn't that shot from when he saved them from Recoome and the Ginyu Force?
The base form Goku, like the SSR one?
Yeah, the SSR one. Yeah. I could have sworn that shot is right after he swoops in and saves them, and then he's just standing there, and everyone's like, "Oh, Kakarot's here." Blah 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 blah. I'm pretty
sure that's from Bardock's vision of Goku versus Frieza, because that's when Bardock has the side-by-side vision of base form Goku and Pod Frieza, which never happens because Goku never sees Frieza in his first form until Resurrection F.
Hold on, I gotta find that. That's gonna bother me. Where the hell is it? SSR, this one.
Yeah, I think that's from Bardock's vision.
I really think this is from when he was about to fight Recoome. Really seems like it.
It might be. Maybe I'm misremembering it.
Anyway, sorry. Let's go back to the garbage categories. So, Savior. Any omissions? Any glaring omissions? Is this Goku necessarily a savior? Because
I mean, he's literally like. I would argue that he didn't save the day in a crucial moment. He just saved the universe. Just period. Like, I don't know. Right? Like, I don't know.
Is he the crucial moment part is the fact that that's not even part of your explanation just shows how weak this category is.
Is Super Saiyan Gohan on here? AGL? Is it LR Gohan on here?
LR Gohan is not here.
No. So that kind of is a contradiction. Because
yeah, that he literally, it doesn't the narrator say like he saves the pretty sure like the end narration.
Well, my argument for him would be if Namek Goku's on here, then isn't that pretty much the same as if Gohan would be on here? Like, when did Namek Goku swoop in and save the day? I guess their argument they're making is that that's the same Goku who showed up to save Vegeta.
No, come on, no. I really hope that's not true. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I really hope that that's not the justification for that.
Well, because Physical Kaioken is on here. That's the same time of Goku, right?
Well, no, this shot, this is from when he was pummeling Vegeta, right?
No, that's versus Frieza.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's Kaioken times 20.
I'm thinking of a shot from the Saiyan saga where.
Yeah, it's similar. I know exactly the shot.
You know what I'm talking about. It's also during the, because now that we have the Vegeta's respect thing kind of circulating on Twitter. I saw the clip of the flashback, and in the flashback you see Goku doing this exact shot on Vegeta. So that's why I'm thinking of that. Okay.
Yeah, because it says right there in the super attack 20 times Kaioken.
Oh right. Okay. My bad. Where's Sadius? Yeah. So yeah, another point proven that this just doesn't work, because Gohan needs to be here. Gohan alone breaks it. If one character doesn't fit but should be there, it breaks the argument. Like it proves our point. And the fact that they're using Hercule as an ironic addition just shows how weak this category is.
Why is Super Trunks on here, but Super Vegeta isn't on here? And I get that Super Vegeta let Cell absorb 18, but Trunks didn't do anything.
Wasn't that episode called Saving Throw?
I don't remember.
I think that episode where he goes super buff after Vegeta's unconscious, it's called Saving Throw, and he essentially saves Vegeta from getting killed. But Vegeta doesn't actually. There's no crucial moment, I guess, is the main part of that one, because Vegeta was about to die, so Trunks lost his mind. When Vegeta showed up, I
also don't really understand why. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but because I haven't watched GT in a long time. But did Majub like save anything?
Yeah, Majub. Well, when Goku was charging up with the family, Majub gave baby indigestion. There was that part, and then for a little while, he was fighting baby Vegeta, and then Hercule was like running away with Majin Buu, and then Majin Buu was like, Buu needs to go to Oob, and then he fuses with.
No, I know, but this is Majub. Like this is just Majub.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So when he goes back to fight Vegeta, he intercepts Vegeta. He's about to do something else. I forget what he was doing. But then Majub steps in. He's supposed to say, right. Wait, what does it say? Who saved the day? He didn't save the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't save anything.
So if anything, this is the indigestion thing. But this doesn't. Yeah. I don't know.
I get that that's the same argument that I had with Vegeta, like Super Vegeta. Because if Trunks is on here, Trunks didn't do anything. All Trunks did was get destroyed versus Cell.
Yeah, he actually.
So what did he save? Like he didn't save anything.
He saved Vegeta from getting killed for a bit.
I guess technically, Trunks did save the day by kind of talking Cell into doing the Cell games, right? Maybe that's what it is.
Okay, but then what did Tien do?
Tien stalled second form Cell.
Yeah. Is that saving the day?
I mean, Cell would have definitely absorbed 18 if he didn't do that.
Well, he did anyway. But is that saving the day though?
He saved the day, but it didn't save the week, I guess.
This is stupid. Look at this, man. Look at what this argument has come down to. Saving the day. This is what we're arguing about. Saving the day, crucial moment. This category sucks. So we could go on for hours talking about the rest of these, but you get the idea. These categories.
I just want to bring up one more.
You want to bring up one more? All right, let's do it. Which
full
one?
power Frieza is not an explosion of anger.
Exploding rage.
I think the physical one is, but the STR one isn't.
The STR. Oh, the LR. What the hell?
Yeah.
What? Wait, but they're the same thing. What? Hold on, let's pull that up. Let me actually go back. So got exploding rage, and then let me get the LR one.
Look at his face. He's not angry
enough. Look at his face. This will chase you forever. I've had enough of your big fat mouth. How is he not that angry? Wait, hang on. I've got a bunch of tabs going right now. You must die by my hands. Maybe the dialogue wasn't aggressive enough, dude. I think that's the problem.
He was. The Nova Strike was like one of the most intense moments of that fight.
No, I know. I'm trying to justify why they wouldn't include that.
There is none. I remember throwing a fit when this category came out on JP.
I've had enough of your big fat mouth versus you must die by my hands. This sounds more dramatic, so it makes sense, guys. It makes sense. Goresh,
but then
compare
the STR Frieza to the other units on the category that made it on there. Yeah, Int Rose, definitely more angry. AGL Zamasu. I guess it's technically for the merge.
What is FU doing here? Exploding Rage? When? Exploding Rage. Is there one? I don't remember that. This one makes sense. Broly, of course. That's it. That's it. So you get the idea, guys. Look, the category meta. We knew eventually this was going to be a problem. I honestly didn't think this would become such an issue now. And I mean, maybe we're being dramatic, but the fact that these categories are now starting to become so iffy, and some of them are just blending with others, it just goes to show that the category meta is starting to run its course, and it's time for something different, or just stop making new categories and fortify other ones. Namekians World Tournament, why not? So that is gonna be it for this video. Any final thoughts, Goresh, besides your Frieza argument? I'm gonna go back to this shot so you can see it. Just remind you.
I mean, I just think the subjective category meta is just going to continue making people upset. Like, no matter what they do, they could even include everyone that they should have included, objectively speaking. But subjectively, there's still going to be people that are upset because the way that they word these categories. I feel like they should have just always kept it to, the ones that are just blatantly black and white, like Super Saiyan 2, Majin Buu Saga, Cell, Android Saga, stuff like that, so that we know for sure who's going to be on what category. But then they just go ahead and make rapid growth, so you know what, whatever.
I know it's been almost 6 years, so more categories was inevitable. But I think my main issue with all of this is the rate at which they've integrated more and more categories is what's leading to this problem, this fundamental issue to begin with. If they just gave themselves more time and space to let categories breathe, then we wouldn't be having this problem so, I don't know if it's excessive to say so far in, but this probably would have been a discussion we'd have maybe in 3-4 years from now instead of right now, because we've got so many now. So I feel like pacing was the main problem behind all of this, and had they not done it this fast, we wouldn't be here. But that is pretty much it for this discussion piece. Thank you so much, Goresh, for being here and saving me for this video because, again, there's nothing going on in Dokkan, so hopefully you enjoyed this giant discussion video. And stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.